I do record all the shows. Okay. The three I have my we have a Flash Forge, I think it's called Flash Forge. It's one color print. Now I've watched videos on people say they can print multiple colors, but I haven't gotten that far yet. But my wife bought it for the boys for Easter. Trying to give them other stuff to do. Somewhat electronics, but and they're interested in it. But I think I'm interested in it a little more. There's a couple more bids. Let me see here. Tony B. Hold on a second here. Let me see. Is Tony B. Oh yeah, there is. Hold on. Before we open it up, I haven't opened up a pack yet. Let's if there is last chance. Here's Kyle Petty. Let me run that. Big. I didn't see it. If you do put a bid on it, let me know. I totally missed that. Thank you, JT. The big JT. Got Kyle Petty. Let's see if that holds up. Oh, Alley Fan came in there. Let's see if it holds up. Big JT has it right now. Okay, little Kyle Petty action. Who has it? It's going to the big JT. Got that one. That is yours. And how about Tony B? There's a pre-bid on Tony B. Is that you, JT? Yeah, that is. Tony B has a pre-bid on that. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Thank you for letting me know. Before we open up the packs, might as well finish off. If there's any more that you're looking for. Yeah, Haley Fan came in here. I think you're in. I got you. Haley Fan's got Justin Haley. I know that. Okay, there you go. Yeah, if you do put a pre-bid or you're looking for somebody before we open up the packs, that's just fair. Like I said, there's a few nice drivers still available, but I don't want to hold up the break any longer. So let's get started. Here is, okay, we'll do half and half a box. This is our first mega box. See, that's I have to open up chat. I have to enlarge the chat. I cannot see the screen when I'm over here in the break section. No, that's all good, all good. People are having fun on a Friday fun day. All right, here's our first. This is exciting. This is the exciting part. Now remember, we're getting about 4, and I'll move a little quicker, but we're getting about 4. 1 second. I think my camera's a little low. I'll raise it up just a touch in my spot. We're getting about 4 base cards. I'll just get those on camera. Here is our first blue, a little KK. This is what if you're new, this is the first mega box you're looking at. That's what the mega box parallel looks like, the optic blue. They're not numbered, but I think those are pretty nice cards. Oh, look, our first memorabilia. Right on that one. This is a great first pack. We got Jeff Gordon, Souvenir Swatch. I kind of like these better than the hobby boxes. Nice clean look with Jeff Gordon in it. And then right behind that, who picked up Haas? This is our first under 999. This is our first top load one. Anything under 100 gets top loaded. Okay. There you go. Little blue ice out of 99. It's our first number. Is it still available? All right, let's do an example. Hold on, I thought someone had it already. Okay, I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run this at $2, so you get all the Haas factory teams, and I won't change the price any. So just $2. If that's of interest to you, let's run it right now. Plus all the other Haas's that show up in the other 15 boxes. We just started. This is our first pack. If you're a Haas guy, there you go, Lucky. That's all you. This one plus all the other cards. I'll put that. It's our first. I usually keep it on our wall of fame right there for $2. Congrats. Yeah, not too shabby. That was a great first pack. Okay, let's get through. These two. If you have interest, send me a direct message. I'd be happy to send some of these for you. Send me a direct message if you want any of these. Here's the laser. If this is the first one, there's a little Ryan Blaney laser. Oh no, thank you. I like I said, let's have fun. There's our first optic, Takuma. If you do see something you're looking for, check out. Keep an eye on the drivers that are available still. But I don't want to hold up the break any. Oh, good call, Panic. Yeah, let me just ran that one. Let me unpin that, get a nice clean look. Here's the laser ones. That's Parker Retzlaff, little Parker Retzlaff on the laser, and a blue Dale Earnhardt. There's Junior. On the optic, here comes another numbered card. How about another blue Connor Zilic? Oh, not too shabby. How about a 16 out of 99? The blue laser Connor Zilic. That's not too bad. Gotta like that. It's not optic. It's the regular Donruss one, but very nice. That's a good box. Like I said, we only had 2 or 3 numbers throughout the entire first one. This mega box, probably 2. I think my average, I'm looking at my sheet, average about 2 numbers per mega box, or 2 numbered cards per mega box. Here's a silver. I think there's only 1 per box of the silver, the optic silver. We got a Raja. There's Raja on the laser, and the Dinger blue. Blue almond Dinger. And another blue, a little Kurt Busch. Little Kurt Busch blue parallel. And an optic Jeff Burton. Just some portrait and rides cards for that first box. All right, hey, we're doing pretty well to start because, like I said, an average of 2 numbered, and this one we have 3 already. Let's see what else shows up, and we're pretty good when it says 2 autograph or memorabilia. We opened up 5 mega boxes in the first break, and there were 2 autographs. Okay, so whatever average is worth for you. I know some people say it's one every 2 boxes. And like I said, the mega boxes are going for about 50, 45. The hobby boxes are going for about twice that. All right, let's see what's starting us off. A little Jeff Gordon blue. Optic, we got Kyle Busch, the U. Here's an optic Jake Garcia. And then Daniel Suarez, there's our second memorabilia. Little nice Daniel Suarez. Now remember, we did talk about this last time. These say the enclosed memorabilia is not from any special event. Okay, so it doesn't look like this is race used, but it says not from any special event, whereas the ones from the hobby boxes do say it is, a race used or game worn or something like that. The 2 memorabilia we got Jeff Gordon and Daniel Suarez are what we have so far in the memorabilia. Good, thank you, Panic. Here's the Race Kings. I do like that set. I might be putting that set together. And the Unleashed. Todd Gillen laser. Clint Boyer blue optic. Here it looks like another blue. There you go. This is the, I forgot what it's called. This is out of 99. This is the blue, help me out. The blue Velocity? No. I forgot now. I could look it up. I don't think, is this Velocity Panic? It's an optic card. And I didn't think they called it Velocity. The Blue Wave? I'll have to look that up. I know this is the blue laser. Blue Wave. There you go. Blue Wave. I bet you that's a wave. This is probably called the Blue Wave. The Carolina Blue, of course. I like Carolina Blue. Blue is my color. I do. SVG on the season highlights. What else? We got Terry Labonte. There's Terry Labonte. Okay. The regular blue ice. This is the special blue Velocity insert. And then Jimmy Johnson, the H. And then finish off this box with the King, Race King's King. Richard Petty on that one, and just some portrait and a rides card to finish off the first box. We'll do 2-2-2. That's always fun. All right. Well, what do you think? If this is your first mega box, what's your impression? What's your first impression? We had 4 numbered. 3 of them were out of 99. So that was a good box. No autograph yet. Here's our second box of Mega. Yeah, no autograph just yet. I think if we say we're averaging 1 every 2, then okay, I think price-wise, the Megas are 2 mega boxes for a hobby box, and the blasters look like about 3 mega boxes for a hobby box, is what about the prices are. So we'll see what comes out of 2 mega boxes and see if you feel that's a better deal than the hobby. A couple people were saying in chat they like the idea of 2 mega boxes as a little better deal than 1 hobby box. But I think a hobby box is the best deal if you want numbered cards. Some numbered cards and a guaranteed autograph, then go with the hobby box. Here is Nick Sanchez. Nick Sanchez blue. And right behind it, how about a blue rated rookie? Yeah, there you go, Josh. Good question. This is our first autograph. That's not too bad. We got Landon Huffman. Optic blue. These are not numbered. We know they come from the mega boxes. There's our first autograph. Landon Huffman, rated rookie. We'll keep the autograph right there. That's not bad. Oh, and right behind it now, here is the artist proof. Okay, right behind that one. You got to pay attention to these because they're subtle, but the key is once you see the back, okay, you know that this is an artist proof one. They're pretty subtle. You could feel them right away as you're going through the pack. You could feel that. We got Gio Ruggiero, artist proof, number 12 out of 25. Oh yeah, artist proofs are out of 25. That's not too bad. I'll put that right here. That's our low number of the day so far out of 25. Of course, we're going to beat that with a 1-1. That's the plan. But congrats on that. These mega boxes, this first one is not doing too bad. Here's a laser, Christopher Bell laser. We got, hold on, keep my stacks correct. Here is Carl Edwards optic. Carl Edwards. Next up, a laser of Tyler Reddick. We got Matt Kenseth, blue, the blue optic. Another laser of Tanner Gray, a little Tanner Gray laser. And then the Ross Chastain optic. And like I said, I think the silver are a lot less than they were last year. If you're putting that silver set together, you better start picking a few up before people realize. I think there's only 1 in a mega box. There's 2 in the hobby boxes. Tony B, a little Tony B laser. And Alex Bowman blue velocity optic. And it looks like another number coming here. We'll start with Brendan Jones optic. And right behind it is Sammy Smith. Number 1. Oh, first card. Number 1 out of 249. The Carolina Blue Sammy Smith. Donruss. There's a few base right there. Yeah, I think we're getting a lot more numbers than we were. The numbers we were getting in our first. Remember, this is 3 cases. We're just continuing the break. And we're in the second 555. The next one is next Tuesday. And then next Friday we'll finish the case. So we'll keep those cases. And then look for Friday night. I haven't posted Friday night yet, but I think we're going with 10 10 mega boxes and 10 blaster boxes for Friday night. In fresh cases, of course. Christopher Bell, optic. There's the Unleashed, Richard Petty, insert. Here is Kyle Busch. There's our first Kyle Busch blue optic. And Carson Hocevar for the spelling. How about Sally Mott? This is a silver optic. And more Haas Factory Team. There you go. That's why you pick up the Haas Factory Team. Second one. Gio Ruggiero. Velocity. And Josh Berry, the Blue Optic. What else we got? We had an autograph, maybe memorabilia coming up. This is Justin Naley, Optic. And the memorabilia is a little SVG. There you go. SVG memorabilia. A red patch. Back-to-back Shane Van Gisbergen. Race Kings. And the last pack looks like Chandler Smith, the Blue Velocity Optic, and Jimmy Johnson for the Spellbound. Looks like the last pack on that. All right, well, not too bad so far. That's our first one. Let me clean up. Don't like tall stacks. Nothing happens except cards fall down. Got to keep the corners nice and crisp. All right. What do you think? If you that's first mega boxes you've seen, how you feeling here? Go to cut 2 blasters. We'll do 2 blasters here. Let's start with this one. We'll go 2-2-2 just to get a feel for. Oh yeah, slingshot. Here we go. That's what I like. I like the optimism. It's supposed to. I've seen, on Instagram, people post their slingshot. And they said this came from a blaster. This came from a mega. So I have not seen anybody pull one yet. So you're going to see it today. And if they do, I'm going to make a video of it just so everybody knows they come from that. So let's go. And then we also showed, if you were new, we also showed, not that I'm selling already, but the Select is coming out. We talked about it right at the break started on how Select is being. Select is, if you look, I haven't seen it on blowout cards or Steel City yet, but Select is the sales sheet's out, so you can take a look at that. All right, here we go. This is our first blaster box. The Optic is Michael McDowell. Right behind it, Joe Gibbs patch. Not patch, Joe Gibbs team logo. Here is now these are Corey Day. These are only in blasters. Okay, the green, the lime green out of 199, and there is what the blaster orange, the orange Velocity looks like. Optic. We have a regular laser, Ross Chastain laser, and then an Optic silver Ty Dillon. Again, we're probably getting one of those. Here's our patch, Ross Chastain. So I do like these, except, like I said, on the back it doesn't say any specific one. You may have gone to the grocery store, did a little Kroger shop in that. You never know. Landon Huffman, Optic, and then the Spellbound is Kyle Busch. A few more. Let's finish up the pack. What else we got here? How about an Optic? A Butterbean. Nice orange. Yeah, Landon Huffman. Here's Unleashed. Kevin Harvick. That autograph is nice. Nick Sanchez Optic. And then this is the parallel, a little cracked ice. This is out of 149, Ryan Blaney. A little cracked ice. A cracked ice is what's coming out of the parallels that are coming out of the blasters and the hobbies. Here is, upside down, here's Ryan Trix. And then right behind that is a little Heim time for the E. Just a few more base cards in that box. All right, now while I can't finish, if you've seen enough, like Ryan Truex just showed up, if you're like, hey, for $2, I'll take all the Ryan Truex cards. Let me know. There are 11 drivers still available. So if there is, before that 101 shows up, if you want to lock something in. Otherwise, if that Tyler Reddick shows up, I am definitely keeping that, by the way. Okay, if the Tyler Reddick 101 shows up, that's my guy, Tyler Reddick. He's kind of gotten a little not as hot as he was before. Okay, there's a few. If you look in the auctions, I put everybody in auction, and if a 101 Ryan Truex shows up, $2 is what I have the price for. I'm not going to change that. But if there is somebody you're looking for, check the auctions out. I know some people do not open the cards until everything's sold. I don't know. I think that tends to, I don't want to force you to buy anything you don't want. So if you do have, let me know if there is somebody you want. Just say run this one. Again, now I opened up this bag. We gotta look at this. I don't want to be unfair about it. We started opening up this one, but then I'll run it after we're done with this one. If there's somebody you want. There's Daniel Suarez, optic. There's Ryan Blaney. I know it's a little weird. I kind of call it a rip and flip. Like, I don't want to hold up the brake any longer. There's Joey Logano. I'll take some of the risk with you. And right behind it is Alex Bowman. And then, that's a nice, all right, look at this. This is specifically in the blasters. Look, that's a nice patch. It's not numbered. This is the iced, and it has the orange. It has the orange, from blasters. Orange is the blaster color. But that's a nice patch. It's 3-color patched, and it's not numbered. It's just a cool-looking patch. So congrats, Kevin Harvick. I just like that. Now, again, it says the enclosed race-used sheet metal is guaranteed by Panini. So it seems to me only the fire suits are saying it's no particular race, no particular use of it. It's only the fire suits are saying it. Speaking of showing up, SVG showing up again. How about a lime green out of 199? Bobby Labonte. Orange optic. We have another optic is Matt Kenseth. There's Legacy. A few more portraits. Let's finish off this box. Let's finish strong. We have a Cole Custer optic. Kyle Busch. H. Is a Velocity, Bobby Labonte. And right behind it is an optic, Alex Bowman. Another optic, Christian Eckes. Christian Eckes is the orange. If you're collecting the rainbow, you got to join a few megas and blasters. And that's it. There we go. There's our 2 boxes. We do 2, 2, 2. So there's our second box of blasters. We did 2 boxes of mega. Still fresh in the break. Still just starting. And we haven't even done a hobby. So let's do 2 hobby boxes right now. Okay, 2 hobby boxes going. And now remember, here's where guaranteed. And I will say there's been pretty consistent. We did have one box that had 2 autographs in it. So that means there's another box that has no autographs in it for all on average people out there. Okay, but if you're looking for parallel numbers, I think the hobby boxes are are the sweet spot. Just my opinion. Me personally, the first off the line boxes were too overpriced. That's just me personally. Maybe you don't think so. That's okay. But me personally, the first off the lines were a little overpriced for me. So I think hobby boxes are the sweet spot. Mega boxes are nice, but like you saw it, we're getting 1 autograph every 2 boxes, but we're getting 1 autograph every hobby box, and the prices are the same. 2 boxes of mega and 1 box of hobby are pretty similar. All right, here we go. Is there, let me check. I did not see any pre-bid. So yeah, if you're interested there's 11 spots left. If you're interested in any of those, let me know. All right, let's take a look at what a hobby box looks like. There's Takuma, Optic Silver. We got William Byron, a free William Byron. There you go, Eddie Edit, that's yours. The parallel, and there's a little Heim Time. Silver, the holographic one on the insert. Here's a blue Christian, Chandler Smith. 199 parallel. The optic is Ty Dillon. And how about an on-card on-card autograph of Kevin Harvick. Well, that's kind of nice. How about that? That's remember, most of them are stickers. So a little on-card next day, Kevin Harvick. You gotta like that. I don't see a number. I thought these were numbered. Is anybody? I don't know, but they're not. I don't see a number. But I thought they were saying the next day autos were numbered. But they're on card. Kevin Harvick. That's not too bad. We'll put that right next to Landon Castle. Not Landon Castle. Landon Huffman. That's our second autograph. And a race. Here's the Race Kings, Carson Hocevar, the insert. The optic is Ryan Blaney. And not more Carson Hocevar, parallel. Right behind it is more Carson Hocevar. There you go. Is that one south of 30? You've been looking for those? Well, there you go. There is a nice Brent Cruz parallel. We got Justin Bone Sr. optic, green, the green velocity. A little Denny Hamlin on the season highlights, and just a few more of those from that one. Let's keep going. How about, something's coming up. Pay attention. We got Austin Cindric. And Spellbound is Alex Bowman. And how about a Ricky Stenhouse door number? I like these. The black. Okay, the nice door number here. This is out 11 out of 49, or 47, right? 47. 11 out of 47. There you go. I like the door numbers. Those are fun. That's kind of a cool idea. I think that's pretty unique, to NASCAR. Carson Hocevar. Optic. There's Hendricks. What else we got here? Another Andre Perez de Lara optic. Right behind it is a wild card. Caden Honeycutt. There is Alex Bowman, Spellbound. Todd Gilliland, parallel. Zachary Tinkle. And whoa, there you go. As we were saying, Carson Hocevar all over the place. That's kind of snuck up on us. Let's get that right there. Well, there you go. A nice downtown from a hobby box. Congrats. Who had Logan? Is it Logan? I thought I saw him. There he is. Let me put that. Of course, we're gonna have the downtown in the picture all the time. We'll get that on a special stand right there. Not too bad. Congrats, Logan. Very nice. That kind of snuck up on us. I didn't see it coming. Congrats. I wish I'm not a howler and a screamer. My hands are not shaking. I was a pretty standard guy. All right, so far we've had a Ryan Blaney, Carson Hocevar, and Lane Riggs, right? We should keep track of that. I really should put a blackboard up here and keep track of those. Just a couple base cards to finish off that stack. Well, Logan, congrats. What do you think? People are saying about 200? Logan, is that what Logan? You got those already? You got 2 downtowns already and 2 Pandoras. Congrats! Yeah, especially if you're a Hocevar collector. Congrats! Wait, Logan, are you in somebody else's break? Wait a minute, that's not allowed. Congrats on that. I gotta make a video on that one too. Gotta get on my videos. All right, here we go. Let's keep going as we're staring at the nice downtown. Here is a fire suit. That's Miss Richard Petty Optic. Oh, first box magic. That was our first hobby box. Joey Logano suited up. Now, see, these suits says race worn. These suited up say race worn. This one's not numbered. Christopher Bell red. Here is Carson Hocevar again. Another red Matty D out of $2.99. Chris Buescher. There, little Brad K. Race Kings. Here is a silver Chase Elliott. Right behind it is L'Heim Time Parallel and Alex Bowman, the A for spelling. Ryan Preece. That's a Rides. I'm sorry. It looks different. That's a Rides card. Here's Christian Eckes. Parallel. We got Ryan Truex. Optic. And the Unleashed. The Lane Rigs. Very nice. I like the Unleashed. That's a cool looking picture. And then just a few more base cards. Last stack of hobby box number 1. We got Daniel Hemrick is there. Frankie Nunez on the parallel. More Alex Bowman spelling. We'll get a haul of the entire Bowman spelling, it looks like. Here is a blue Landon Huffman again. Landon Huffman all over the place. We had Ty Gibbs Optic, and a suited up Austin Dillon. There's Dale. Unleashed the holographic one. We got some more color coming here. How about a red Blaine Perkins? There is Richard Petty on the parallel and Corey Heim season highlights. Here go KK. Optic is Corey Day. And the insert is Race Kings Justin Allgaier. To finish off that box, very nice with the downtown in it pulled ready. Gotta like that. Let's do another hobby box. We'll see what's going on here. Haven't had a 1-of-1. I think we've got so far two box breaks, 2 case breaks. We've had 3 1-of-1s. We've had a Pandora. I think I pulled 2 or 3 Pandoras. Remember, this is our 3rd case of hobby and first case of blasters and first case of the megas, but this is our 3rd case of hobby. So we have gotta have a little fun with that. I did not do any first off the line. Like I said, I just thought they were a little too expensive for my taste. I think Blowout has first off the line boxes selling for $250. I mean, that just seems like a lot to me. I don't know if Panini's selling it to Blowout or Blowout bid on their own, but it just seemed like a lot for me. All right. Here is box number 2, hobby box number 2. What was that? Did I miss something? Lane Riggs. I think Lane Riggs is sold. No, I don't see any pre-bits, so let's go. Was that a 1-of-1? Nope, we got the downtown is the only one I saw so far, but let's keep going. Let's go here and see what we see. How about Terry Labonte? We got a Austin Dillon Optic, and right behind it is a little Corey Heim time. Here is an Optic Sammy Smith. Right here is Ty Gibbs, little Ty Gibbs red out of $2.99, and William Byron, the Y. It's a free William Byron. William Byron's one of the giveaways today. Austin Hill, red again. Daniel Suarez, Optic. And there's Team Trackhouse. Oh, those have been great at stickers. Sorry, I don't want to harp on that. Here's an Optic of Justin Bonsignor, Kate Honeycutt, and Jimmy Johnson's spelling. To finish that stack up, let's see what we see here. There is a parallel of Corey Day. Right behind it is Taylor Gray optic. And Unleashed is Matt Kenseth. For that pack. An optic of Carson Quabble. Austin Hill, parallel. And William Byron. On the end spelling. Oh, maybe there's something coming up. We'll see. Maybe a patch. Dawson Sutton blue. There's Eric Jones optic. And yes, it was a patch. This is Sheldon Creed suited up. Race used, suited up. How about SVG? We had a few SVGs already. Numbered cards. This is the holographic one, the season highlights out of 199. And looks like a purple optic of Arc Amarola. There is Austin Cindric. Parallel, the red, blue, those are not numbered. And then Richard Childress is in here. Just a few more right there. Okay, we're in hobby box number 2 we're on. How we doing today? Swell. When you get it downtown, pretty good. But I think the autographs have been good. We're still waiting on the autograph for this box. But we had a Landon Huffman rated rookie autograph from a mega box, and then an on-card Kevin Harvick. So not too bad on those so far. And then as you can see on the wall, we had out of 25. That's our low number. Okay, an artist proof, 20 out of 25. And then a few other numbered cards. If you're new, anything under 100, I will top load for you. I'll penny sleeve, take care of some of the, the other cards. Take care of those optics and stuff. All right, here we go. Second box. Let's finish strong on the second box with Clint Boyer parallel. We have Josh Williams optic, and then more Jeff Gordon love. Had a lot of Jeff Gordon so far today too. Here's an optic Dawson Sutton, and then nice Chase Briscoe out of 99, the purple. And then how about Explosion out of 49? More Jeff Gordon. Race King's Explosion. Look at that. And they got the Explosion nice and centered. Okay. He looks like an angel. Oh, that's a fun card. Congrats on that. Jeff Gordon showing up today. We'll show all those at the end. Thumb through those. Here is another purple. Kyle Larson purple. Out of 99. And little gold right behind it. Ready? And might be an autograph here. Kyle Busch going to help us out with a little Heim Time gold. Well, there you go. How about that? Hold on a second. Let me take care of that before we give a little shout out. Who had Corey Heim? That one's going to Shift. There he is. Let me take a picture of that. I'm going to shamelessly, hold on, look at I shamelessly get United Sports Cards in the background right there. If you want to picture a screenshot of that, congrats. This one's numbered 10 out of 10. All right, so a little bookend there. 10 out of 10. Not too shabby. This is a different box though. Different box than the downtown was in. The downtown was in the first box. It's still same case. Congrats on that. Did you get Schaefer? Jay Schaefer? Did you get a pic of that if you want? I'll shamelessly plug you in the on the Instagram. I'll tweet talk it out. More Josh Berry optic. How about Carson Hocevar all over the place? And another Carson Hocevar. There's a few base cards there. Yeah, if you do, like I said, I I was telling the story. We were at a dinner, and I was asking, how do I advertise? And they said, well, are you on, what's your social media page? I'll look at it. I'm like, what social media page? So I am putting a little effort in. So if you do post something, tag United Sports Cards. I'm on everything. Connor Zillage is there, just to get a little more presence. And also, if you have seen my link, it does help me keep the prices down, honestly. If you click on my affiliate link on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're seeing it, and if you click on that, and then when you join the break like normal, but if you do click on that affiliate link, that helps me keep the prices down, because I think Whatnot gives me, I think 1.1% or something. This is out of 49. I was looking at the Burning Rubber of Blue, Burning Rubber Martin Truex. I'm sitting here trying to advertise, and some good cards are showing up. I better keep quiet. This one is numbered 40 out of 49. There you go. I think that's our lowest. That's my lowest insert. Or, I'm sorry, lowest memorabilia I've had. We'll put that right there. Out of 49. Out of 10 is our lowest number. Justin Allgaier, red. And Carson Hocevar in the Chili's outfit. I'm a big fan of that. Zachary Tinkle, red. Alex Bowman Optic. Here is Ross Chastain on the insert. It looks like last pack. What do we got in last pack? A Kyle Busch Optic Silver. Corey Heim. This is a little fool's gold there. That's just Carson Hocevar regular. Don't think that's gold. And there we go. Box number 2. We did 2 of each. And I'm going to say we started off pretty strong. That's not too bad. Clean up here a touch. Yeah, like I was saying, if you do, it does help if you click on the affiliate link when I tag it in, Instagram, or if you look on my link in YouTube, or even on our website on Facebook. If you click on that before you buy anything, that would just be helpful, because that helps me keep the cost down. Okay? So if you find that. There are still a few up for sale. If there is somebody you want, before we open up these, let me know. I could run that auction. Is there anybody? I don't see any pre-bids. What are you looking for, Lucky? Who are you thinking about? Martin Truex, and I believe Ryan Truex. Is Martin Truex still available too? No, he's sold. But Ryan Truex, I won't change the price. I'll keep it at $2 and let the market decide. Here's Ryan Truex for $2. Like I said, so I usually don't change the price on those. I'll let it run the way it wants to run. There's Ryan Truex. You get all the Ryan Truex cards that have showed up, plus any others that are going to show up. There you go. Thank you for that, Lucky. And is KK? No, I think KK sold already. If you look in the pre-bid, if you look in the auctions, there's only about 10 drivers left. Take a look at those, and if there's any of them are interested to you, tell me to run them. You've seen, so some people like waiting for a guaranteed hit. I haven't seen, honestly, anything big. Like we've said, Chase Briscoe's name. We've said, we had out of $2.99, a Blaine Perkins, I haven't seen anything big yet hit of the people that are still available. And like I said, I don't want to force you to buy anything you don't want. So it would be, I feel guilty just trying to make you buy stuff before I open up the cards. I know some people, which is fine, if other breakers wait for you to sell everything out first before they open them up. Me personally, I don't want you to buy anything you don't want. All right, let's see. This is our third box of Megas. Let's see what we got here. Let's start off strong with a blue Sammy Meyer. Optic, here is Jeff Gordon again. And a little Corey Heim. Out of 99, the ice spelling. Here's a velocity of Ricky Stenhouse. The rides. And the optic is Anthony Alfredo. You get about 2 parallels or inserts per pack in Megas. Here is Matt Kenseth. Daniel Dye blue. Here is a Carolina blue. Those are out of 249. Harrison Burton. Carolina blue. And Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace, this is the silver optic. Rusty Wallace. There's Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs Velocity. Oh, no, laser. I'm sorry, laser. Those are lasers. And the blue Dale Jarrett. And this half has Justin Allgaier. There's a 99. Carolina blue out of 99. See, now, like here, Justin Allgaier is available. The price is 15. So, honestly, I don't think this is worth 15, but a culmination of all the Justin Allgaiers, maybe you feel it is. Let me know if there is somebody you want me to run. Like, I gotta be honest. I don't think that laser, it's out of 99, but I don't think that laser one's worth, $15. But some people like waiting for a couple hits first to guarantee. I know it's bad salesmanship, right? I should be saying, oh my God, not a Justin Allgaier blue. This is so rare. I treat people nice until they don't deserve to be treated nice. Then I'm mean. But, all right, here we go. We're finishing up box number 3. Box number 3. And we're starting with a little Matty D. Okay. Matty D blue. Alex Bowman. How about an optic Austin Hill? And a little patch. I think that's our second one of the box. Kyle Busch. Looks like tires, I believe. Authentic material, not from any specific. So it could have been going to Cheddar's and driving his car to Cheddar's to get. Here is Nick Sanchez. Nick Sanchez on the laser. And then no Gregson. I think. Yeah, well, we're going to see when you talk to Jeff Gordon. Don't get into a fight with Jeff Gordon. When you talk to Jeff Gordon, we'll see how. I'm sure. Are they going to do advertising? Are they going to pretty up, Bama? Are they going to get you in the makeup room? Here's Dawson Sutton, rated rookie, optic. Team Penske. Little fool's gold coming up. I thought that was a black, but it looks like a Kevin Harvick blue, optic, and Alex Bowman, the spelling. And you got the, what year was that? The Gordon Redemption? I don't remember. Do you remember what year? Like how long were you waiting for that? There's Amarola optic. Race Kings, Carson, Hocevar still. And there's box number 3. Let's keep moving. Pulled it in January. All right, well, honestly, I have seen a longer way. I think I'm still waiting on, I forgot, I have to look, but I'm still waiting on something for last year. So if I don't want to be mean, but I don't think that's too long. There we go. Here is. Been waiting since October. Yeah, like I said. Sometimes you get lucky and they send it out right away. I put the card in and it gets sent out right away. Other times it's just sitting there and then they offer me 6 Panini points or something like that. I hold out. I think they offer points right away if they know they're never getting that autograph. 2 years, yeah. So it's waiting. Lucky says he's waiting for a couple of redemptions. 2022, still holding hope. No, it's fool's gold again. And they keep going here as we're talking. There we go. Jeff Gordon. And right there's your Panini points. This one is going to Lucky. There you go. There's Lucky is on the Panini points. So he's the next in line after Lucky. So this is Lucky. Hold on, let me write that down. That's our first points. We haven't had a points in a while. Lucky, you get that one. And next up is Joe B. Joe B, you're on the next Panini points if it happens. I'm going to put this in a top loader just so we don't lose it. The cardboard. And it was as we did the random at the end. I'll put that in there so I don't. Sorry, I just don't want to. I won't throw anything that's in a top loader out, but cardboard tends to get cleaned up. I've never wished for. Yeah, there you go. Well, somebody said there were two. Maybe it was you, Joe. I forgot who. Somebody told me they had two redemptions in a full case break. So that's our first one of our going through our case. So we'll see what happens. So does that mean we're not getting a patch or auto in this one? There's Ryan Blaney. Here's a velocity of Ross Chastain. And then Butterbean. That's the first time we said Butterbean's name. There's Butterbean. How about a velocity of Luke Fenhouse? And then there's Takuma. See, like this. Takuma is still available. This is like the third, blue or an orange. I think we've had. So if for $2, if that's something of interest to you, you may tell me to run it. Dawson Sun. Awesome Dawson. And Tanner Gray Silver. Here comes a velocity of Raja Cruz right there. And a little bad Brad, a blue, the blue Brad. There's a free Danica Patrick. Optic. And how about a blue, Carolina blue velocity of Gio Ruggiero out of 99. This is 70 or 27, 57 out of 99 on that one. Not too bad. So get a lot of variety. That's kind of nice on these. Getting some variety. We haven't had a 101 yet. Not that I'm getting all greedy, because we did have a downtown, as you can see, and a nice. Usually we're averaging about 2 golds per break. Is pretty what we've been seeing. Here's finishing up our 4th mega box right now. Let's see. There is Corey Heim. Optic Matt Kenseth. Looks like tires. Yeah, we got tires on this one. And how about Corey Heim? Corey Heim right there on the insert. Any nothing big that I've seen. Like, it's not on the wall. Here is Blaine Perkins velocity, and more free Danica Patrick. Yeah, it's coming. Let's see what happens. Here is John Paul Southern optic, and Connor Zilic on the insert, the season highlights insert. Right behind it is a Butterbean. See, Butterbean showing up now. Didn't say his name for a while. Now he's coming. Corey Heim I. And the last pack has Brad. We had a blue. Now here's just a regular optic. We got Unleashed Jeff Gordon. And a couple portrait and rides to finish off those boxes there. All right, so we are 4 mega boxes in. Let's go to a couple blasters. Let's do a couple blasters now. Clean up. Let's do a couple blasters here. Let's start with this one. Like I said, so I haven't seen a slingshot yet. Haven't seen a 101 yet. We had one that are only in blasters and megas. One artist. I keep saying artist select. No, artist proof. So overall overall, some nice stuff here. We had 2 artist proofs in the last break. Looking for an autograph. Didn't have any autographs in those megas. So we're looking for an autograph here. I think we had 1 autograph in the blaster. The first 5 boxes in the last break. We haven't had an autograph in blasters this break. So let's see. And next Panini Points is up for Joe B. And then after that is KG, if that happens. All right, here we go. Blaster box number 3. How are we doing so far? Anything exciting? Let's start with an orange Justin Bonsignor. There's a Ryan Blaney. The E right behind it. Here is William Swalich. And more Carson Hocevar. You got your money's worth on this one. This is out of 75, a cracked ice. Race Kings, 70. I thought it was 10. 70 out of 75. There you go. Carson Hocevar all over the place. That's our second cracked ice. Some base. Jesse Love. Optic. The orange optic. And Kyle Busch, Unleashed Kyle Busch. Here's an orange Daniel Hemrick. And Ryan Blaney. The spelling, Ryan Blaney. A little lime green. How about a lime green Chase Elliott? Is that a 199? And Carson Hocevar again. And right behind it is, I saw it was turned around. There you go. That's our first autograph pulled from a blaster box, and it's Connor Hall. We have the green. I'm sorry, green. Orange. The orange. They need to hand him a little better pen there. That looks like a little. Give him a magic. Give him a Sharpie. It's like a ballpoint pen he signed with. I think that's my first Connor Hall autograph, so I'm keeping an eye on it. So yeah, so far, got a Connor Hall orange and a Landon Huffman blue. Okay, so 1 autograph from a blaster box and 1 autograph from a mega box is where we're at right now. Here, more Chase Elliott. And more Danica Patrick. And finishing off with an optic of Andre Perez de Lara. And more Carson Hocevar. I'm just going to get that on a button. We keep saying Carson Hocevar's name today. All right, we'll do 1 more. Then we'll go to the hobby boxes. Let's do 1 more. And we'll finish off with 111. All right, that's our first so far. The autographs are pretty nice. I do like them that they're on the, the autographs are on their optic. Whereas in the hobby boxes, the autographs are not much on optic. Most of the autographs in the hobby boxes are on, the next day auto or the season sensational signatures, those kind of things. All right, box number 4, blaster box number 4. Okay, don't forget, if you want the price that you locked in now, you can lock in the price for next Tuesday. Next Tuesday's break. Oh, look at that. I cut it right there at a Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, Souvenir Swatch. And then, shocking, more Carson Hocevar. Cracked ice out of 149. This is not gold. Fool's gold on that one. Here's a velocity of Ryan Preece. And Carson Kvapil is the optic, the orange optic. Second Connor Hall orange. There you go. Good job keeping track. Here's Chase Elliott optic. And Denny Hamlin season highlights. about Alex Bowman? The orange optic and the V. Kosovar. A velocity of Ryan Truex. See? Ryan Truex showing up. Austin Cindric optic. It's usually 2 inserts here. And here's Spencer Boyd. And Corey Heim. Race Kings. I like the Race Kings insert. Here is Blaine Perkins. Still available, Blaine Perkins. For $2. I've seen a few of his. And Alex Bowman. I think we spelled the entire Bowman out. And last one is Joey Logano. Who's still available, by the way. Joey Logano optic. And there we go. There is our 4 boxes of blasters in. Let's go to the hobbies right now. Clean up those inserts. Let me clean up the optics. I think the optics are the most, out of all the inserts, the optics are the ones that we're having the most of. Let's clean it up. Give me a second here while you look at those 10 drivers that are available and see if you've seen them enough to lock in those drivers, because here comes the hobby boxes. All right. What do we got? There we go. Let's go half and half. I don't see any pre-bids on those that are available. So let's see what we got in this hobby box. This is hobby box number 3. And I was saying we're probably, I'll try as soon as we're done here. I'll try to start sorting and shipping, but our post office closes early on Friday. So I'm probably not going to get these out till Monday, because I got to pack a little for the camping trip, taking the Boy Scouts on the camping trip, and Mother's Day, of course. I probably can't sort and ship cards on Mother's Day. So you'll probably get shipping notifications very early on Monday morning, just so I can get them in the mailbox. All right, good luck on hobby box number 3. Austin Hill and Denny Hamlin is the insert, and the parallel little Jimmy Johnson explosion out of 99. There you go, JJ. Here is Jeremy Clements, and an optic is Amarola, and the burning rubber Chris Buescher on those. And Chase Elliott Unleashed. I like the Unleashed. I think that's a good set. Here, how about a green optic of Luke Fenhouse? Remember, greens are out of 99. Kevin Harvick. Freaky fast. Ooh, hold on. Stacks are getting... There we go. And then little Josh Berry season highlights. Anthony Alfredo is the parallel. Rusty Wallace is the optic. And Joey Logano on the Race Kings in that stack. Keep going with Jeremy Clements, optic, and Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher said that a couple times today on the Suited Up. And there's Raja. A blue Raja out of 199. Good color match on that card. Ryan Blaney N. Here's another blue, Blaine Perkins. Anthony Alfredo optic, and the Race Kings is Jimmy Johnson. There he is. Let's see, it looks like an optic silver of Josh Berry. We got Ken Schrader, parallel, and William Byron, the O for This is Riley Hurst here. And Christian Eckes is the optic. And how about Dale as your insert? All right, I think we're still owed an autograph. Haven't seen that one yet in this box. So let's see what we got. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Auto coming. Let's see. Ooh, maybe it's this one. Oh, maybe that's the magic one. We'll do another hobby box after this. We'll do it that way. All right, also check out Select. Select has just been, the sales sheet's been released, so look for that if you're a Select person. I know I am. I'm kind of excited about Select. I might not even put a set or anything together here in Donruss. I just, nothing really, the Race Kings and the Unleashed, that's easy. But not really striking me here. Kyle Edwards, optic, William Byron red out of 299, and Jimmy Johnson spelling. There is a blue Josh Williams. And then Brendan Jones optic. And RFK is the team logo. This is an optic of Justin Haley. There's Corey Day parallel, the red, blue, and Jimmy Johnson. See? Spelled Johnson also. Christopher Bell, parallel. Could that be our second downtown? Go. Ha! Double downtown. This time a little bad Brad. Well, that's nice. Got a lucky case. Of course, I'm sure Panini's sending me the hot cases because I am the man. Oh, how about 2 downtowns in 1 break? Looky. Who had Brad? Let's give a call out. Let's go shout out to. That one's going to. That one's going to pick Joe B. There it is, Joe B. Boy, Joe B. Okay. I don't know, Joe B. If I must be your good luck charm, because I think I'm pulling some fire for my man Joe B. Let's see what we got here. How's that in same break? Not too shabby. There you go. I assume Panini's sending me the hot cases for NASCAR. Let's just spread that rumor around. Even though I'm a math guy, I know there's really no no probability of that. But hey, we can all say that. Congrats on that. Joe B's the man. Hold on, now I got to read the chat. Hold on 1 second. This is the Huffman a sticker? Yeah, it is dollar the Huff this one right here. Sorry, I'm gonna read the chat now. Now that we're all relaxing from the second downtown pulled. Look at me keep saying that. This one is Landon Huffman is a sticker. I think the Kevin Harvick one here is not a sticker. That just snuck up on us. And then we're all looking at everybody's like, congrats on that. Here, if you want a picture, hold on, watch this. Slide that United Sports card over right there. There's the second downtown of the break. Oh, let's get the other downtown in there. There you go. Congrats on that. So this is the hot case. So may I suggest you, we'll see what's in the next box. We're 3 boxes of hobby in and 2 downtowns. There's John Hunter, Ross Chastain, blue, and Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch on the spelling. How about Tanner Gray? Tanner Gray red. And then we got Spencer Boyd. And how about a Harry Gant That's my favorite autograph. Turn of the century, Harry Gant. See, that's why you get those. Let's check who had that. He was with, remember, this was with that group. Hold on a second. Let's look on the, that one's Harry Gant he's in the J through, here, H. I through F. I through F is the skills. The skills have in the Harry Gant. He's with Hallie Deegan, Jeff Bodine, Harry Gant, F through I. That's a nice card. And I think Harry Gant has a great signature also. Put that right there. Let's keep going. How about a little Jeff Gordon Unleashed? And let's finish up the box with Riley Hurst. Optic. There is Kyle Busch Parallel and Jimmy Johnson. Spencer Boyd and Riley Hurst again. Haas is the parallel, and just a few more base cards to finish up box number 3. Gotta like that. Now, you could go this 2 ways. Okay, you could say, well, I do have a nice hot case here. Or you could be like, well, there ain't going to be no more downtowns in the case. So it's up to you to think about it how you want. Here's box number 4. This is our 4th hobby box so far. How are we feeling? Let's see. I like Harry Gant. I think I'll take as many Harry Gant on it. I have one. I think I have a gold out of 10. Because I think I've seen Harry Gant race, I'll point out. I'm that old. And I think he's got a good autograph. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. I don't want to be greedy, but still haven't had a 101 yet. Or a slingshot. I don't want to be that greedy, but still haven't had those yet. All right, here we go. We have box. This is hobby box number 4. Ryan Truex. And the Argarola is the Optic. And the King. Race Kings. The King on the Race Kings. Sorry, I'm reading chat here. Oh, you did pick one? Well, there you go. What, can I ask what the price was, Panic? I was reading chat here. This is a little Rusty Wallace. Optic, Matt Kenseth. And then William Byron. On there. How about Bubba Wallace? This is Bubba Wallace. Kyle Larson. And right behind it is Denny Hamlin. On the insert, the parallel, there is Luke Fenhouse, Optic. And Connor Zillage. On the parallel, and William Byron, the B for William Byron. I haven't had any memorabilia or autograph yet. Let's see what else is in this stack. Ryan Blaney. And the Optic is Anthony Alfredo. And an Unleashed is Ty Gibbs. There is Christian Eckes, Optic. Gio. And how about little Ryan Blaney on the spelling, the Spellbound. I like that. I was first last year, and I like that they're keeping that up. Here we got Richard Petty is the parallel, Austin Hill. And, well, there's Lane Riggs. You were talking about pedal to the metal, little sheet metal Lane Riggs. And Ryan Blaney on the Race Kings. Okay, Carl Edwards. Carl Edwards purple. Purple Optic out of 99, remember? Yeah, purple's out of 59. 59 purple. Terry Labonte. Parallel, and Hendricks Motorsports is the team logo. It's a couple base cards right there. And what, we haven't had a downtown in this box yet? Oh my god. No, I'm gonna go. Let's go with the get the hot cases. You know, me and backyard breakers. But not too bad, not too bad. 2 optics. Right, I'm sorry, 2 downtowns in 1 case. It's not too bad. All right. Finish up hobby box number 4 or number 9. And remember, I don't want to be greedy, but every box 9 had the downtown in it in our first 2 cases. Daniel Hemrick. Parallel, Blaine Perkins again. Optic, and Corey Day Unleashed. Here is Brennan Jones, Optic Silver. A Noah Gregson out of 99. The Purple, Parallel, and Chase Elliott Unleashed. Here goes more purple. How about another purple of Jeff Gordon out of 99? There you go. And Parker Retzloff. And there is my first Hallie Deegan. I was just saying, I haven't had a Hallie Deegan autograph, and there's another Hallie Deegan autograph. That's the first Hallie Deegan card that I've seen. And I was just saying, that one, actually, that's with Harry Gant also, right? Yeah, I think, let me check. That is with Harry Gant. And the Harry Gant section had, that's the F through I. Yep, Hallie Deegan, Jeff. We got Jeff Bodine. That's a good group. The Skills. I don't know if the Skills is here, but the Skills is going to be happy. Put next to Harry Gant. Got Kyle Larson. That was a good risk to take on that one. Here's an optic of Todd Gilliland, little Richard Petty, Parallel, and Jimmy Johnson. The S, the Jimmy Johnson S. All right, last stack of box number 4 has Ty Gibbs, an optic Brad K out of 199, and Corey Heim season highlights. I think we've seen this one already. Here is Brett Cruz optic. And how about Landon Castle, a little suited up Landon Castle. There is Chase Elliott blue out of 199. And more Jimmy Johnson. Here comes a blue William Swallich. Right behind that is John Hunter, a little JHN. And maybe more Jimmy Johnson Unleashed. All right, let's finish strong with a Rusty Wallace optic. Last pack is Austin Dillon, the red blue, and Carson Hocevar, the C. And there we go. Still don't go anywhere. We're still not done yet. Figure we got at least another downtown coming. Just kidding, I'm getting cocky now. I better stop. But that's kind of fun, kind of exciting. 2 downtowns in one break. Let me clean up here while I talk about it. And then we'll finish up strong. We've got 3 boxes left. 1 Mega, 1 Blaster, 1 Hobby. All right, let's see. We'll start with the Mega. Again, thank you, everybody. I appreciate hanging out with me today. Okay, so that's kind of fun. And if you enjoy how we're doing it, please follow if you've been watching. And if you like how we're doing it, nothing wrong with next Tuesday joining us. That's our next, I always count. That's our next break. We're going to keep going through the cases on next Tuesday. Let's see what we're looking at here. This is the Mega Box. And then the last part of the case we're going to go through on Friday. during the day. Still, I'm doing the 9 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Central. We're doing the day breaks, and then next Friday will also be an evening break. And it looks like people are talking. We'll do we'll do 10 megas and 10 blaster boxes. All right, here we go. All right, something shiny coming here. How about a Chris Buescher pedal to the metal? These are not numbered, but this is the cracked ice. This is only in mega boxes. And right behind it is Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch Unleashed Blue on the insert. Here is a Richard Petty Velocity, or the laser parallel, and Clint Boyer is the optic. Another laser of Rusty Wallace. And there's William Byron, a free William Byron, the blue optic. Looks like a number is coming up here. How about more Carson Hocevar out of 249? And Tony B optic. Right behind it is Jeff Gordon, the Jeff Gordon laser. And little Sheldon Creed, the blue Velocity. And Amarola blue, that's 249. And a Jeff Gordon optic. To finish there, let's finish our, I know Carson Hocevar is all over the place today. Got like Bad Brad downtown too, and only one gold. I want to see a 1-of-1 or another gold card. Usually we get about 2 golds, 2 gold, not autographed, but just 2 gold cards per break. Our Wall of Fame is pretty full over there. You got like that. We'll go through. I'll show all those hits that I top loaded at the end. There'll be more top loading going on, but I'll show those at the end. So don't worry about that if you did miss it. And plus, remember, I'm videotaping, so I will videotape. I'm recording, and I will definitely post this on YouTube. There's Lane Riggs optic. We got Kyle Busch. Right behind it, Kyle Busch B. Just getting the base. Oh, 1 second. Keep my stacks organized. There we go. Here is the Dinger. There's Allmendinger optic, and Alex Bowman, the swatch. Little fire suit Alex Bowman. Connor Zillage Unleashed. A laser of Kyle Larson. And Dawson Sutton. Awesome Dawson Sutton. How about a junior? There's Dale Earnhardt. Optic, we got Trackhouse. And Jake Garcia. Looks like a Jake Garcia blue Velocity. Kyle Busch spelling. And the last pack has Casey Can optic, as Matt Kenseth Unleashed, and just a few base cards to finish off the mega box. Let's go with the blaster box. There. All right, here we go. Here's our last blaster box of the group. And like I said, if you follow on YouTube, then when I post it, I usually post it in the morning when it's easy to upload. We're not using too much bandwidth. So when I post it, you'll get a notification that says this break has been posted. And then you can watch it. I sound really funny at 2 times the speed. But you can still understand it. I watched myself at 2 times the speed. You can still understand it. If you do have to step away. I know people are working during the day, so it happens. All right, here we go. Let's finish strong. I'm just cut it thin to win here. We have a Velocity of Darrell Waltrip. There you go. Way to call it. Way to call it lucky. There's Darryl Waltrip right there. And Zachary Tinkle. Optic is the... Keep it going with an Optic William Byron. Right behind that is there's JR Motorsports. And coming up is there's the Clint Boyer Optic. And Jimmy Johnson is the Unleashed. Just a few base cards there. Here comes the last stack of Mega. No, I'm sorry, Blaster. Last Blaster stack. We're looking at Lane Riggs. A little Noah Gregson. This is a Cracked Ice. This is Iced Unleashed. That's a fun card. It's at a 149. I like that card. Look at that. Here comes right behind it is a Taylor Gray and a Corey Day. That kind of rhymes. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to get the cards here. We got Carson Hocevar and a little Brad Keselowski, just to say his name properly because I keep making fun of him. There's Chandler Smith and a Corey Heim Gold. As I would say, the big highlights of the break. So far. Here is an Optic of Sheldon Creed. There is Dale Earnhardt is the souvenir swatch. And looks like Kyle Larson on the Race Kings. And there we go. That finishes off our blaster boxes. So no slingshot yet. Remember, we're still only halfway through the case. Each case, we're halfway through the blaster case, and we're halfway through the mega case. So maybe coming up in the next one. And here's our last, which we should, of course, probably get another down here, because that's how we roll. Here's our last box of the break. So again, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate all those that followed. All NASCAR here. United Sports Cards does NASCAR. And I'm hoping we get another, we should have another autograph. We did have one box that had 2 autographs in it. I want a nice gold card would be nice. And then I'll show all the hits at the end. So if you hang out with us for, take 5-10 minutes here, hang out with us a little bit. So you can see all the ones I penny sleeve or top loaded already. And then, like I said, probably these will come out to you on Monday. You'll get shipped. I'll put them in the mail Monday. Maybe you get shipping notifications early Sunday morning or early Monday morning. But it is Mother's Day. Lucky, thank you, Lucky. I do appreciate that. Okay, and if you like what you're doing, tell 500 of your closest friends. That's my catchphrase. If you enjoy while we're doing this, please share, especially your NASCAR friends. How about a little Kyle Larson out of 99? A little purple Kyle Larson. And Carson Hocevar. I'm just going to get that on repeat. Here is Lane Riggs. A Lane Riggs out of 199. A Lane Riggs blue. And Jeff Gordon Optic. There's Carl Edwards looking all sharp. Carl Edwards season highlights on that insert. Here is the Dinger. And Carson Kvapil. And Carson Hocevar. The H. This must be the H. Carson Hocevar H's. Keep going with Tony B. There's Dale Earnhardt. The Optic. And then Ross Chastain. A free Ross Chastain. Unleashed. Also, remember, if you do want any of these, please send me a direct message. I know maybe somebody said it in chat, but as you notice, I sometimes miss the chat. I don't want to miss the chat here, so send me a direct message. I'll send you some of those cards. Not a problem at all. I've gotten a T-shirt, is all I've ever gotten. Here is Ty Gibbs and Ark Amarola. And there, Ross Chastain now showing up. $1.99. The Unleashed, the holographic, the Hollow Unleashed. Here is SVG. Parallel, we got Corey Day, Optic. And there's a Garrett Smitley. We got a blue Garrett Smitley out of 49. That's our lowest number we've had so far in the memorabilia section out of 49. Okay, and just a nice red used memorabilia. Noah Gregson, Unleashed. How about a red Daniel Suarez Optic out of 199 red. Tyler Reddick, Parallel, and Ryan Blaney. On the season highlights insert, which is fun. Those are fun to read. Make sure you read yours. I've read yours already too. Terry Labonte, Optic, and a little Jeff Gordon to finish off that box. All right, here comes the last packs. We're still missing an autograph, so we can get an autograph here. We've been pretty good with the autographs. So let's see what we got in here. All right. And then, like I said, we'll continue these 3 cases on Tuesday. So if you can follow, the drivers are posted there ready. And if you do want the same price that you got, let me know. You got first call or refusal. So if there's the drivers that you want and I want to lock in those prices, send me a direct message and I'll put it together for you. Here we go. Good luck, everybody, on the last part of the break. Let's see. Let's finish strong with Rusty Wallace Silver. Optic. How about Ty Dillon? And Kyle Busch. A nice explosion Kyle Busch out of 99. 35 out of 99. Here's a red Spencer Boyd out of 299. There is Ryan Blaney. And the autograph is a little Sammy Meyer signature series. See, these are not on the optics. These are the signature series. We got the turn of the century, next day autograph. Okay. Last year, most of them were on the, put that there, I'll show those at the end. Most of them were on the optic silvers. There's Brad. Okay, how about Richard Petty Optic. We got Alex Bowman, Parallel, and then William Byron. The Y for Byron. We're finishing strong here. Here's Chase Elliott. There's a green Christian Eckes. Out of 99, those greens. Team Penske is the team logo. And here's the last stack. What do we got? We have Chris Buescher, Optic. There's a Dale, little junior burning rubber. And Riley Hurst red, a $2.99. Jimmy Johnson, O. There's a purple of JHN, John Hunter purple. Right behind it is Ryan Truex, the O, and Lane Riggs. Unleashed Lane Riggs. How about a shiny Kyle Busch Optic. Right behind it is Chase Briscoe Parallel, and Carson Hocevar, of course, the R. And last pack has Justin Allgaier. We have Daniel Hemrick, Optic. Justin Allgaier again. And to finish up the last card of the break is Connor Zillage. Here, let's show these autographs. We'll show these hits here today. Okay. And some of the ones, there'll be more top-loaded that we top-loaded, but let's get some of these on screen. Here's the autographs. A Hally Deegan. That's the first Hally Deegan autograph I have seen. No, thank you, everybody. I do appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Friday fun day in the break. Harry Gant. Here is the only autograph we got from the blaster boxes. And here's the only autograph we got from the mega boxes. And then Kevin Harvick, on card Kevin Harvick, the next day auto. We got Sam Myers, and our lowest number of the night out of 10, a gold Corey Heim. Here's out of 25, Gio Ruggiero, Artist Proof. That one was in the Mega Blast. I forgot. It was in one of those. Here's a Martin Truex out of 49. We had the Haas factory set out of 990 out of 99. These are some of the examples. Here's a cracked ice out of 75. This is Carson Hocevar. We got Jeff Gordon. This is the Explosion. Some examples here. Those are only door number of the break out of 47. Ricky Stenhouse. And here's a Kyle Busch, the blue Carolina Blue wave. That was the only wave we had. Remember, these are 99. And here's a Connor Zillage. That's a nice one. The laser. That's a pretty fun card. Connor Zillage out of 99. But of course, everybody's looking at a pair of downtowns. Not too shabby in the one break. A pair of downtowns. We got Carson Hocevar and Brad Keselowski to finish off. Very nice. Very nice. Like I said, I will get all these sorted. I'll start working on them now. And hold on here. Let's go to me. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for being here. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Panic, I appreciate that. South of 30 and Card Lab, thank you so much. I appreciate all the nice words. And hopefully you're enjoying yourself. And I do like this because I like spending time with people on this. So look for next Tuesday and Friday to finish off these cases.